Hello, beautiful hearts. My name is Yvonne Wildheart, and I'm wanting to give a special broadcast, I guess, on this Beltane day. So, Beltane being the point on the Earth's tilt between spring equinox and summer solstice. So here on this land in particular, so I come from Jojo Wurrung country in Central Highlands, Victoria in Australia. The land is very, very juicy and the flowers are blooming and blossoming and full bloom actually. So this is the peak spring period, and Beltane is the point where we can turn to the earth to see what's arising, and the birds and the bees are out, and it's all about love and our connection with the earth in the realm of the fairies. So we celebrate all that is for union, sacred union between sacred masculine and sacred feminine. And I'm not just talking about men and women, I'm talking about the two energies that sit within us. We all have aspects of the feminine and aspects of the masculine that sit within us. So it's the coming together of our heart space actually. And so I wanted to reflect on how we love and our capacity for love. So when we are born and we come onto this earth plane as these wee little beings, we expect that we are met with full love, an uncapacity for love from our parents. And what our parents have been taught by our culture and their parents before them and their parents before them and generations, that especially in this patriarchal culture, Western culture, that we have to be a certain way to receive unconditional love. Well, so we think. And so we have to show up as the good girl or the good boy and to conform to the ideals of the culture around us in order to be loved. Now, as you can imagine, this has caused so many problems. I think this feels like the cracks of the problems in our society, that we have to be a certain way to love. And that as we grow as adults, that we too then expect our children to be a certain way to love them. I've caught myself saying it too. If you do this, you can receive my love. Not in those words, but really, that children have to be a certain way for me to be kind or to be loving towards them, which feels really fucked up, to be honest. As I have dived deep into the inner work over especially the last 5 years, one of the things that has really called me is our connections to the heart and our heart space and our capacity to love. And most adults, we have this capacity of this love capacity, like our love tolerance is quite low. And if you look at the wild things, the trees and the plants and the animals, you just have to look at your pet dog to understand that these beings that are wild have this unconditional love for us. And we too can be in that space if we allow ourselves. But the challenge is, I guess, in the invitation is to do the inner work, to work through some of the things, the inner talk to say that we have to be a certain way in order to love. And my experience is when we sit in our inner stuff and when we work through that, our capacity for love grows, and we remember or mending our heart space, and so when we love fully, life is good. You start to not have to worry about who is impressed with you or who isn't. But it's really interesting what I've found, that as we do stretch, into a unlimited capacity of love, and people can be really confronted by it around us, and you know, it's hard, I think, some people, when you say, oh, I love you, like fully love you as a human being here on this earth space with me, somehow it's tied into sexual love. And that's great too, but not necessarily, you know, I feel like that's a sort of a different thing to the side. But I'm talking about seeing soul love and being soul love, cosmic love, or the wild love, the wild heart. I feel that when we connect to our wild hearts, that all of us connect to our wild hearts, we will have the, we could have human life here on this earth for more than what we are doomed to have right at this point. I think we will, as I said in the last post about this, Matt Kahn talks about, if we all step into our heart space and be unconditional love, the pollution of our oceans would be gone overnight. I mean, wow. So the invitation for you is to really look at this Beltane point, or any point actually would be bloody awesome, to see what your capacity for love is. Are you confronted when someone says, I love you? For example, from my heart, that all those who are watching this now, the beautiful souls, I love you. I really love you, and I want to thank you all for being here and to watching this, and to, for being alive, because we all are here for a reason. We all have these amazing gifts that we need to shine our lights on, and not to be afraid to shine our light. And I thank you for that, and I love you for that. How does that feel? Is that confronting, or is it, great, yes, I love you too? Or, what's your reaction to that? It's a clue, right? To find out where you need to go next, and stretch and move into wholeness of our full capacity to love. How far can you stretch into love? So, on this Beltane, I send you from my heart to your heart so much love. And I will say this so you can see my eyes. I love you. Thank you for listening. I love you.